The wild card round of the playoffs is officially here, and honestly, it does not feel like we even deserve to be here. Our offensive coordinator says, "Hey coach, I pulled together some data for our game against Atlanta. Anything specific you want to know? What are their strengths?" I'm imagining Julio Jones, and Julio Jones. And they said they depend on their ground game. I don't trust him. I'll go with my own eyes. Julio Jones is who we got to stop. It's about to be a big game though as we head down to Atlanta, hoping and our squad can put together a nice big W. Winning the wild card would be great. I don't want to go home just yet, okay? This young team has got a lot to prove. You got a lot of mistake-ridden players that make me also nervous at the same time. But if you guys are excited for this video, you want to see more of the Dublin Shamrocks, make sure you leave a thumbs up on the video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and leave me a comment with some of your favorite moments from this season we just went through. A playoff game for a young team is always a test, but when you do that game on the road with young players, it's even more crazy. Now, if that literally goes up the middle, gets hit pretty hard, but he picks up 2. The key for our team, though, is 2 things, essentially. Cook balling out, and then obviously our defense coming out and putting on a show. Now, they did well last week. What are they going to do this week? I don't know. Cook going for it. Maybe that was not the right decision. But the fact that the young man just picked it off with one hand, we're in trouble today. Look, we're going to try our same strat that we ran last time against the Dallas Cowboys, running a 4-6 defense and seeing ultimately what they can do against that. And it looks like, okay, they can do a lot against it. Got Deion Hamilton coming off the edge here. A little late on that one. It's a comeback the Sanders can't get to. Honestly, the one thing I am pretty excited about, though, is Trey Sanders, who I think is like 6'3", 6'4", against Julio Jones, who's roughly about the same height. That should be a really fun matchup to watch today. Go out to the flats, and that's going to go nowhere. Gotta remember, Todd Gurley is the running back now, the Atlanta Falcons. It's kind of crazy to even think about. The play action. They got a guy deep. They don't go to him, thank God, because that might have been a touchdown. We're going to put a little bit of pressure on Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan had 4,200 passing yards this year. He had a really good season, but I want his season to end right here. What a sack. Let's go. Ryan Anderson coming off the edge. He says, look, I might be deep on the depth chart, but our guys are hurt. I got to step up. What a play off the edge. Matt Ryan goes down, and that should be a field goal coming up for Atlanta. So Atlanta is going to line up for the field goal here. If we can get a little bit of pressure coming off on this kick. No pressure on the kick. That one is going a little lower than they probably thought, but it is going to be good. Atlanta jumps out to an early 3-0 lead. I think the difference of our first drive versus what we did the entirety of last game is that we kind of went deep on the first play, and that maybe wasn't the smartest decision. If we had probably just kept things, you know, a little bit, whoa, Dad Lindley. Okay, a little bit more safe, a little bit more simple like that, I think we'd have been fine. I mean, with that, Lindley's out in the open field. Godspeed. Good luck on trying to tackle that man. That dude is incredible. In my opinion, rookie of the year. If he doesn't win rookie of the year, we got to fight somebody. That means you too. You got to fight somebody. By fight somebody, I mean like virtually. Don't go pick a fight or fight somebody you know it's not a good thing. You know, be responsible. You know what I mean. 2nd and 8 now. Cook back in shotgun. Got his guy sprinkle down the middle. Big fella. I like that. The more I looked at that draft class with the Barnett brother, one of the twins, ultimately that possibly late 1st round, early 2nd round, I don't know if we necessarily need that guy the way that Jeremy Sprinkle is. Like, that dude, oh God. Hold your block, Morgan Moses. Like, I really do think that Jeremy Sprinkle could be one of our better players in the future. It's going to take him a while to level up ultimately, but I really think that he's got that potential. Unfortunately, we've got 3rd and so many yards. I don't even want to say how many yards it is. It's a lot, okay? Don't look. Cook dropping back. Wait a second. He's got McLaurin out here. McLaurin's, I don't care how many yards we got, ladies and gentlemen. He said we're going to get him 7-8 catches a game. He hasn't quite done that. But his first touch of the game goes for 6. McLaurin's here, and he's ready. Now, Atlanta hasn't really been as run-heavy as what we saw with Dallas, so obviously the 4-6 hasn't been as effective, but it still worked pretty well for us, so we're going to stay in it for the moment. What a dot by Matty Ice there. 4-point lead right now. Atlanta, again, trying to drive to go back to Gurley up the middle, but we got a pretty good run defense right now. Just imagine how good our run defense is going to be when we get Chase Young and Montez Sweat back next year. I can't wait to see how good they are, especially when we play Dallas again, because they are, you know, of our opponents we're going to play each year. I cannot wait to see how good we do against them. Got a big 3rd down and 2. Matt Ryan has actually not thrown a single incompletion so far today. He's having a really good ball game. They go to Todd Gurley up the middle. We get him, but not quite before we need to, and they get the first. Atlanta's offensive line has done a really good job here. We try to put pressure after pressure after pressure on them, and it hasn't really worked out at all. Go for single coverage and exploit us again, as that one's going to be caught down, this time to the 14. Calvin Ridley's had a great game so far, his third grab of the afternoon. Thought it was going to be Julio Jones, but Julio, I believe, only has one tackle today. It's really Calvin Ridley that's dominating in the air. Single coverage again. Put a little bit of pressure on Matt Ryan. Hoping we can get him to throw an errant pass. Oh, there we go. Great hit off the edge. For the pass situation, I highly doubt they run, but we're just going to stack the middle just in case they happen to do that. Well, they got me. Watch him. We got all their lanes blocked up here. They go for a check down to Hayden Hurst, and that's going nowhere. They lose 4 in that play. So for the second time today, Atlanta's going to line up here to kick a field goal. See if we can go ahead and block it. No pressure on that one. It is down the middle yet again. And they got the lead, cut to 1. So here in the second quarter, it's been a pretty solid game. Both teams have been pretty evenly matched, but our offense has just looked a little bit better than what theirs has in terms of converting it. They've made some good plays, but they haven't gotten in the end zone yet. So I feel like I can say that and be for the most part okay. Got second down and 10. Going underneath, what a jump by the linebacker. That puts us in a big third down and 10. Oh, Cook looking to convert. He's got his guy wide open and down the middle, and look at Deontay Arnold pick up some yards after the catch down to the 49. Passing game, despite that first pass being an interception, has looked really good. The running game is honestly struggling a little bit. I mean, Lindley has fallen down 2 times in 2 weeks now. That being said, I don't want to shy away from him. We know he's one play going to the house if he just gets the blocks, and he nearly squeezed through that gap. That being said, Lindley is averaging 2 yards per carry, so we gotta understand that. But he has been good in the passing game. The one time he's ultimately got it, we're going right back to him here in the passing game. He's trying to go through. He stretches for the first down. The heads up play by the Rook. 5-yard pickup is exactly what we needed there. Right across the middle to Sprinkle, who goes through for another first down for us. You just gotta find some way to get Lindley going in the running game, man. Atlanta knows they can sit back, play a lot of the passes, because we've been unable to do that, and Lindley just hasn't quite found the gaps he needs. Got McLaurin on a streak around here. It's a little interesting, but depending on how those linebackers do it or who's guarding him, it might be the move. The blitz comes heavy. We couldn't get it over there to Sims either. A major third down. Third down, 6 yards to go. We're gonna put Sims across the middle here. We got Arnold coming across late. Sprinkle going on a little bit of a shake route. Put McLaurin on a deep route as well, just to clear him out on that side. I mean, that dude meant business. Kaminsky gets his first sack of the game, and that is a big fella moving real quick. Check that man for PEDs, because he was moving way too quick to be that size. We're going to line up for a field goal here. Hopkins is going to kick that one up. Looks pretty good to me. That is right down the middle. Barely squeaks through, but it went in. That's literally all that matters. Our lead's back up to a couple more. Atlanta is cruising right now. 1:18 left here. They're obviously going to sit heavy on play actions. They got a guy going deep. That is Julio. Don't forget the last name, Jones. It ain't nobody going to catch him. Atlanta's got the lead. So Atlanta strikes incredibly quick. Julio Jones is one of the toughest players in the league to guard, and we just saw that firsthand. Try to throw one over here to McLaurin, who has it, and then drops it. Put Arnold on the slant right here. Hope we can get a little bit of magic with him. Gonna put Lindley out here in motion. Single high safety. McLaurin could be the move out on the left-hand side, depending on what he does. Deontay Arnold is a dog, and I will take no slander on his name. That is the definition of a grown man catch. Incredible. Sprinkles our guy on the slant route. McLaurin on the out route, though. Looking pretty nice here as well. We're going to try it. McLaurin's going to make a play for that one. Stays in bounds and picks up 4. 33 seconds left in a dream. We're going to put Sprinkle on a deep route here. Sprinkle's looking perfect down the middle. We'll take our second time out now. We're back in field goal range. Things are looking real good. 1st and 10. Got a lot of guys out here that can make some plays. The one guy we're looking for, though, is Terry McLaurin, who just got down. We're going to try and spike this one if we can. Nope, call the timeout. Oh, Jesus, it went off his foot. Now we're at 3 seconds. Should have called the timeout. As much as I absolutely want to go for this touchdown, you can't risk it. It's the playoffs. Need the points. You can't gamble. Dustin Hopkins has been our MVP right now, and that's honestly scary. So going into halftime, it is a tie ball game. I wanted a touchdown. We probably should have called the timeout, threw it in the end zone, probably got a touchdown, but that play may come back to haunt us depending on the outcome here in the second half. Falcons continue a level of dominance that we are struggling to stop right now. Ryan and team back out here. He throws a lame duck as he gets hit, and we'll take that. We can just keep some sort of pressure on him like that. That's great. We could not do a lot of that in the first half, and it showed. We got to do it here in the second half. And another sack. Cole Holcomb rises from the dead. Holcomb had a heck of a year, and then he just went MIA. We didn't see him for the longest time, but it looks like the young fella's back, and I'm here for it. 3rd and 18 now. Atlanta's got a whole lot of yardage they got to make up. Ridley Ops is on our mind, but I'm going to watch Julio Jones to see what he's ultimately doing. He goes out for the flats, falls out of bounds, and that might have been the worst play call they could have made. So the worst news we could have gotten is that Atlanta punted the ball literally to the 3-yard line. Keep it on our own territory. We just need some blocks for Lindley, and he gets a couple of yards there, giving us some more breathing room. To me, the crazy thing is that Lindley's still under 20 yards rushing on the day, and we've got a tie ball game. If you had told me that would have happened, I would have called you an absolute liar, because that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. So from our own 10-yard line, got to go strong with the run game here, hoping we can get a little bit of movement so Lindley can find a gap, and he does find one, shakes off the tackle, breaks one, and it goes down after 6 yards. There we go. So with our team now getting to the 16-yard line, we have a whole lot more breathing room, which honestly feels great. We'll get the ball in the hands of our playmakers, and Sims finally gets a good grab. Well, 13-yard grab there for Sims. Getting the ball back in the hands of Lindley again. It's not pretty, but it's 2 yards. Goal is to find something on the ground game eventually, but right now it's not looking good. Lindley, though, in the receiving game, though, I've been happy with. Another big pickup for him. We've used Lindley so much that we actually have McKissick in the game, which is pretty rare. But 31, need a short yardage conversion. McKissick's going to get that and a little bit more. Put us at the 41. A long drive, but it's working. Another first down. Team feeling good. Got a guy wide open there in Sims, who continues to find open lanes in that defense. 19 big yards for him. We're going to put him on an in route here. We got Arnold going deep on the edge. Arnold in there one-on-one coverage. Cole Cook sees something. He's going to throw it. Arnold literally almost comes down with it, but there is a penalty on the play. Of course, that one's coming back. It's going to be on us, and Morgan Moses does it again. It looked like Cook thought that penalty might have been in the defense, which is why he ended up chucking one deep, thinking maybe he had a free play. Luckily, it didn't turn out too bad for us, except for the fact that it sucks they had the penalty. That would have been a first down. Had the throw been accurate. This is not what we can have, though. We cannot let our team just get derailed like they are at the moment. Old Cook's got an opportunity. Might be the best of his career. On the run, pressure in his face, an absolute dot to the sideline, and Jeremy Sprinkle somehow brings it down. And a lot of you guys don't like Cole Cook, said he's not the quarterback of the future. I beg to differ. Yeah, there's some bonehead plays here and there, but that was a thing of beauty. You got to admit it. 2nd and 5, red zone now. 3rd quarter's winding down. He sees this guy, throws it, nearly picked off at the last second. Major 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 5. We're gonna put Sims actually across the middle. We got Lindley coming out. This is a little dicey. We're gonna put Sprinkle on a deep route as well. You see him?
Bruh.
I thought it was the catch of his career. Field goal coming up. It is one of the worst feelings to go this far down the field and have to kick a field goal after doing so well the entire drive. That was a long drive too. We'll take the points. We need them. It's just up to the defense now to lock up. So our defense picks up here on a 2nd and 5 from the 41-yard line. Again, a 3-point lead that we're nursing on to. Matt Ryan, though, sees something that he likes. He's going to switch things up, and whenever that happens, I'm scared. Go to the flats. That's not going to be a lot. As Julio Jones is the quickest spin move of all time. Short yardage situation. 3rd and 1 now. 3rd and 2, excuse me. We got to watch out for Todd Gurley, possibly. I'm going to send it through the middle. Reuben Foster is there. Holcomb comes up to wrap him. There is a penalty on the play. Holding. I'm imagining it's on the offense here. See what our options are. 3rd and 12 or 4th and 2. We're going to go 4th and 2, and hopefully they punt it. If not, well, we're sad. Falcons sensing a little desperation now. They're actually going to go for it here on 4th and 2. We're going to pinch the line. To pass play. What? I think he dropped it. They say he caught it. He dropped it. If the challenge system in this game were worth anything, we'd 100% challenge that. Unfortunately, it's not, so we gotta lick our wounds and keep moving. Deion Hamilton's putting some pressure there. Great coverage on the edge, though, by our corner. And that was a pretty ballsy play by Atlanta. They are barely down right now, only down 3. They went for it and it ended up working out for him. A lot of pressure on Matt Ryan. They sold out. They had the halfback screen. Gurley is running wild right now. We got Ronald Darby to try to save us. He does. Trey Sanders ultimately gets him. But Atlanta's inside the 10, which should have been an easy stop, maybe even a sack. Ends up being a whole lot of yards for Atlanta and a painful play for us. As Todd Gurley's going to try to work his way through the middle. We stop him after 2, but they're knocking on the doorstep. There's actually a stat that just popped up that said we are the worst team in the entire league at takeaways, and that's terrible. We don't have very many interceptions. We rarely get fumble recoveries or forced fumbles. It's a terrible feeling when that happens, and it leads to plays like this happening. You can't force the team to turn the ball over. Atlanta gets the lead back. So Atlanta now sits with a 4-point lead. We don't have to score on this drive, but at least a field goal would be nice. I trust our defense to get the job done. Giving up points today hasn't really been the thing that they've been most noted for. They've been good. We just got to help them out a little bit here. And honestly, a touchdown is what we want. But again, a field goal can still be fine here. Ooh, great play. Great play by Atlanta. Great tackle there by Barlow. Makes it a 3rd and 2 situation. Again, we do not want to go 3 and out here. We need it. We got it. Just got to hope there's no penalties. And luckily, nobody got a penalty for once. First down. Cole Cook again. All the time in the world. Got his guy, Deontay Arnold, who's going to get a whole lot of yards for us down to the 35. Cole Cook is coming up on a 300-yard passing game if he keeps things up right now. That is music to our ears. Put Sprinkle on underneath route. No one gets on Sprinkle. Unfortunately, it's a pretty bad pass with pressure in his face. There is a flag on the play. I imagine is going to be holding. It's probably on Morgan Moses. It's on Russell. Okay, that's terrible still. So here we are, 1st and 20. Not ideal. That is terrible. Luckily, it doesn't hurt us. An opportunity here in 2nd and 20. Try to stretch the field a little bit. Again, we don't have to get all 20 yards here on one play. It's just take your time, find something that works. Great wins in the game, I believe, for the first time. Honestly, Terry McLaurin's got him beat by a step. No. That was so close. That was it. As much as I want to challenge that one, if we challenge it and we don't get it, that's a timeout waster that can help us ultimately stopping the clock. So, can't challenge that. But what a route, what a throw. Just a little bit off in the timing. This is going to be close. No cigar. I want to go for it, but we got to trust our players here. We're going to opt to go for a punt. If we can cough and corner maybe a little bit. They almost blocked. Oh, please tell me they just hit the kicker. Oh my God, please tell me they hit the kicker. Oh, this could be good. This could be fantastic news, please. They roughed the kicker. Oh my God. Is that automatic first down? Automatic first down. It's our ball. You want to talk about a play that turned the tide of the game. Even if we get a field goal here, that's a game changer. We needed that, and we got it. Thank you, Atlanta. Atlanta's probably not expecting a lot of runs there. Getting 5 yards on that is icing on the cake. FX screen's been money so far today. And Lindley cuts it inside smartly. Now he's going to get down inside the red zone with a 2-minute warning coming up. 2-minute warning, 4-point lead for Atlanta. Knocking on the doorstep. And Lindley, again, hasn't really found many running rooms. Chase Rie being injured, I think, is honestly hurting us a lot. Got to show we can pass a little bit here because, honestly, our passing game has not been great at the moment. We'll put our guy Arnold there. We're going to put Sims on a slant. We got Sprinkle going out to the edge. Sprinkle might be the move. Sprinkle's going to catch it, and Sprinkle has us inside the 5. Here's the thing. We want to waste a little bit of time here. Not too much time. We want to get it as soon as we score. Not a lot of time for Atlanta to come back down the field and get anything. Unfortunately, I think we scored a little bit too quick, but they have less than a minute left. And Lindley in the end zone. Not a ton of yards today, but he got the touchdown that matters the most at the moment. 3-point lead. 50 seconds left. They have 3 timeouts. Let's see if we can get a stop here. Imagine we force a turnover right now. Imagine. Can anyone get to that man? Oh my God, Calvin Ridley. Oh no. There's a penalty on. Please be on them. Please be on Atlanta. Please tell me they have 2 penalties that ultimately kill them today. They're looking at Hayden Hurst. I'm optimistic. That looks to be holding on the offense. Oh my God. Hayden Hurst, everyone in the locker room hates you right now. All right, let's not do that ever again. That was terrible. We were not very good in that play. Matt Ryan had 7 years to throw the football. Hate to see it. Watch it again. He floated one, and Hurst is the scapegoat again as he drops one. The kicker's warming up. They say he needs to get to the 47-yard line. That's a deep kick. That's about, what, 64 yards? What? Y'all trying to tell me their kicker can kick 64 yards? 47 plus 7 is 54 plus 10. Yeah, 64 yards. My math checks out for once. Didn't really check out a lot in high school, I'm gonna be honest. 3rd and inches. Again, they're almost in what they think their kicker can actually hit a field goal from. I'm skeptical. They go across. It's Hayden Hurst. We flip that man, and he still gets it. Look, our big thing is if we go to overtime, I feel like we can actually hold on and get the job done. We just do not want this team to get into the end zone. That's our big fear. They want to run it. That's perfectly fine. We'll save our timeouts and ice the kicker. So Atlanta's going to call their final timeout, but we're going to call a timeout because I'm trying to ice the kicker. I don't want him to have an easy one. I'll make him think about it. We're going to load up. Trying to block this one. 7 seconds left. Atlanta kicking a deep one. This one is up. It is off the goalpost. Is that Cody Parkey kicking? I'm sorry, Bears fans, but we needed that. It hit the goalpost. Oh my God. So that is going to be a giant W for our team. Shout out to Hayden Hurst, who had one of the worst plays that his team could have had. And whoever hit our punter, I love you. Recapping the stats today. Look, I think Cole Cook played a heck of a game. The first interception, or the only interception he threw, was a really dumb play that really falls more so on the play calling, aka me, than it does on him. Outside of that, he was electric. 300 yards passing, 18 to 28. I love everything he did today and more. Matt Ryan played a heck of a game for his team. The yardage probably could have been a little bit better, but his team only got in the end zone twice. He needed a third one. On the ground, Thad Lindley did not have a great game. Atlanta's defense was stifling out there today, but one touchdown, looked great. Todd Gurley did a run for a lot of yards, and then McKissick got in 4 yards to give Lindley that much-needed break that he had earlier in the game. On the receiving side, Jeremy Sprinkle continues to show that he is that dude. Look, I know we talked about it earlier in the episode, but I don't know if we need a tight end. We could probably put that pick at an offensive lineman or maybe a different skill position, because Jeremy Sprinkle is that dude. 5 grabs, 95 yards, had 1 drop today, but I don't even care about it. He was incredible. Lindley was great in the passing game too. He held Julio Jones under 100 yards. He got in the end zone once, as did Calvin Ridley. We saw Terry McLaurin get in there too with only 3 grabs and 53 yards. Deontay Arnold had some big grabs out there too with no drops today. I just love how our team is playing, especially our defense. And look, speaking of defense, Cole Holcomb climbed out of that whatever hole he was in. 8 big tackles today, 1 for loss, and a sack on the afternoon. Ronald Darby still gets big tackles. John Dion Hamilton showed out with 6 tackles today. Jonathan Allen had 4. From a sack perspective, we only had 2. 1 by Ryan Anderson, 1 by Cole Holcomb. And interceptions, we'll never get one again. After the Week 17 game, Thad Lindley got an upgrade, and then after his playoff performance getting in the end zone, he got another one. So elusive back makes him an 85 overall, which again, fantastic news. We see +1 to awareness, ball carrier vision, break tackle, carrying, juke move, and his ability slot opens up. So his abilities, we know that he has spin cycle for a while. He also gets evasive, so ball carrier's this ability has steerable, juke, and spin animations. This is fantastic news. We don't really use the spin move enough with him. We probably should, but him being evasive, the best news we could have gotten. Deontay Arnold also earns an upgrade because, again, the young fella has been playing incredibly well the past couple of weeks. So route runner, as we're going to ultimately push him. I want to make sure that his route running gets a whole lot better than what it currently is right now. So he gets +1 to catching traffic, catching, deep route, medium route, and short route. It's a worthwhile upgrade. Last but not least, Cole Holcomb, who played so good today, and it's so good to see him back in the lineup and doing incredibly well. So he gets an upgrade to run stopper, +3 to block shedding, +1 to strength. All that's going to come in handy in our opponent's game next week. So our team went into a tough environment, got the W, and we're advancing to the divisional round of the playoffs. Being in the playoffs is just great. But winning in the playoffs is one of the best feelings known to man. Can we go through another tough test and win in the divisional round? I don't know. The way that our young team is playing right now, the confidence at an all-time high. Their coach is incredibly handsome. It's me if you weren't paying attention. And we're ready for whoever they throw at us. They should be ready. Do you know what? We already are.